Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Cookie Monster of ProForgeRacing bringing you my 89th ForgER review, COG or COG of Canada. He is actually a very unique forger and he makes some really cool maps, some really cool ideas. This first map here is a short track. As you know, or for those of you who don't know, a short track is pretty much just a regular racetrack shortened into about 20 to 30 seconds. This map is called Line Drive ST or Short Track, and it's actually a really cool map. There are quite a few collisions. At the end there are two different little spirals that you take, and there's other people who have completed those spirals going perpendicular to you, so it's a lot of fun. You know, there's quite a few crashes. It's just a great map. Since it's a short track, I am going to do 2 laps on it just to just to extend it a little bit. But definitely a great map. A lot of short tracks are on terrain or they're supercross tracks and stuff. But this type of short track is something I really haven't seen. Just a tiny little regular racetrack with a few spirals, which is awesome. Right here you'll see Tripmine 413 kind of knock me off the track at the very end there, playing dirty. But this next one is also a short track called Hideaway ST. And I think this one might even be a little shorter. It's basically just a figure 8. It's not like a perfectly even figure 8, but it's a pretty fun map. There's a jump over a centered part of the track, and you end up driving under that jump. So when there's people spread out, you know, there's people jumping over other people. It's actually pretty cool. And it's pretty much, again, just like a figure 8, just 2 circles that go into each other. So when you're playing these 2 maps, I hope people still download the reviews for all these later maps, even though it's either close to the start of Reach or Halo 4, or Halo 4. But if you're playing these 2 maps, you might want to do either 5 or 10 laps because they're just so short. But they're definitely both great maps. I like short tracks, kind of. I don't know. I don't like that people intentionally make racetracks shorter, but I do like short tracks as a whole. But this next map is called Malice EX, which stands for Enduro Cross. And Enduro Cross is pretty much the same as a Supercross, except it has harder. It's like a challenging Supercross track. It has like rocks and steeper hills and stuff for you to climb over, and like piles of sticks and stuff like that. I guess logs, as opposed to just regular old jumps and turns. There is a spawn problem on both this map and the next map, which you will see, which is also an Enduro Cross map. There are only 8 spawn points, I believe, which means only 8 people can be on the map. However, he used initial spawns, and you're supposed to use respawns for the spawns in race. So if you spawn off the map, if there's more than 8 people, they can never respawn on the map, which is a problem. However, that's enough about that. This map is one of my 2 favorite Enduro Cross maps ever, and the other one is the one that you'll see right after this. A lot of the Enduro Cross maps are fairly short, they're not that exciting. I've only played a few. Literally, I've played less than 10 Enduro Cross maps in Reach. But these ones are by far my favorite. They are very, very cool. I really like his Enduro Cross maps because they work. You know, a lot of them, they have obstacles that are just a little bit too hard and can mess you up sometimes, but the ones on these slow you down, but they're possible. They don't mess me up ever. I just really like the way he designs these maps too. They're very well put together. The types of obstacles he uses and like the types of hills and little whoop sections, they look nice too. The first one was Malice EX, and this one is Unnatural EX, or Enduro Cross. And it's just an awesome map. It's basically has a centerpiece on terrain, and then there's like 4 kind of like little areas, like circular cutoffs. I don't know. It's kind of like a giant figure 8 within itself. It's like a double figure 8. It's really cool. I definitely love this map. It's pretty crazy and hectic. Again, I wish you could have 16 people on both of these maps, but a spawn problem is on both of them. So if you have a full lobby, these probably aren't the maps you should play, only for that reason. However, it's not too late. COGofCanada, if you're watching this, you can go back and, you know, add 16 respawn points as opposed to 8 initial spawns. and re-upload them to your file share. Even if you lose the downloads, I think it's worth it, because these maps would be incredible with full lobbies. But I just love like that part right there where you had to climb over the hill. It's just so much fun. I really had a great time playing on these maps. I normally don't care for Enduro Cross too much, but I love those. This next map here is sort of a city track. It's called Cranium Crossover. And his idea with the crossovers, which I actually saw recently going back, I saw a map very similar to this made a long time ago. However, he had never seen any map like this. Basically, there's one person who spawns on the left and one who spawns on the right side. And the person who spawns on the left does half of a lap, and then the second half of their lap is the right person's side, and the right person starts on the right side, and they end up connecting, and halfway through their lap they end up on the left person's side, and after one lap you do both sides. So it's really a cool idea. It's only meant for 2 people. Both of his maps are only meant for 2 people at a maximum. He wants it to be like a 1 versus 1. However, at the beginning there, I don't know if you saw, well, I'm sure you saw, I don't know if you noticed though, or were paying attention, the left side is completely messed up. There's a kill barrier on the left side that kills you every time. You can't get past this certain point very close to the beginning, so it doesn't work quite as he had hoped it would. All he has to do is go back and remove that kill barrier, and this map will be incredible because it's like a city track as well. But he's got to fix that kill barrier. This next one is another crossover map. This one, though, is called Mountain's Edge Crossover. And this one, there was no kill barrier problems, and it worked out perfectly. It was a hell of a lot of fun. It's really a cool idea. They're cool maps, too, because not only is it a cool idea, but he was able to make the maps look cool themselves. So I think these would be great for, like, 1 vs 1 tournaments, like, you know, HaloTracks.org is hosting the 1v1 tournaments right now for the best of Halo Reach racers. And, you know, this would be like the perfect type of map for it if there was like tons more of these maps. But unfortunately, there's not. But I love this map. And as you see right here, I dropped down. The person I was playing against failed their jump. And so they didn't quite make it over to my side, so they ended up falling back to their side. However, as you could see, I crossed over onto his side halfway through my lap, and now I'm on, you know, the side that he started on. And if he had made his jump, then he would then be on the side I started on. And so, you know, it's like perfectly even, because you both have to do the same amount of space for 1 lap, but you start at different points. And right there is the jump, and now I've completed a lap now that I did the left and right side. So it's just a really cool, like, mind-boggling idea, and I love it a lot. But this last map in the review is called Pipe Dream. Not to get confused with a map made by the Fugly Stick a long time ago called Pipe Dreams. It was either Dream or Dreams. But this is a cool track. It's kind of just like a simple map. I really don't know how to define it. It's not a city track, not a double wide, not a roller coaster, not a supercross, not a terrain track. It's not a hardcore track. It's really like, it just can't be defined, this one. It's not really even a stunt track because there's not a lot of stunts. It's basically just like a little tiny double wide track, sort of, except not made with double wide pieces. It's made with this pipe piece. But it is very cool, and there are a few tunnels you'll go in throughout the map, which I believe are supposed to kind of feel like you're driving inside one of those tubes, or one of those pipes. I think it's kind of supposed to maybe have like a sewer feel to it, some sort of pipe feel. But definitely a unique map. I mean, there aren't a ton of maps that use this pipe piece as a circular piece. But COGofCanada, or COGofCanada, is a great and very unique forger who makes some awesome maps. So please, even on the dawn of Halo 4, go to his file share and download all his maps. Thank you guys very much for watching. Cookie out!